If you want to blow up your YouTube channel in 2026, the best thing you can do is stop guessing what videos to make and start using formats that are already proven to work. I currently run over 30 YouTube channels right now and produce over 100 videos every single month. And my team and I also spend hundreds of hours every week dedicated to researching what's working on YouTube right now. And what I found is that certain video formats just have an extremely high success rate compared to others when executed correctly. So in this video, I'm going to give you 10 winning video ideas you can use to blow up your channel this year. And for each one, I'll show you the proof that it actually works and exactly how to execute it. So you can take these, apply them to your niche, and start seeing results straight away. The first format is if I started niche in 2026, I'd do this. This is hands down one of the strongest, most validated formats on YouTube right now. It works for pretty much anyone in an educational niche, and it has an extremely high success rate when done right. The psychology of why this works is simple. You're saying, if I started all over again with everything I know now, this is exactly what I would do step by step. And that appeals to beginners because they get a complete roadmap, but it also appeals to more advanced viewers because they want to hear what you would do differently starting from zero. Now, this format is consistently driving massive results on YouTube. We've used it in niches like Facebook ads and LinkedIn on channels starting from basically nothing, and they performed extremely well, getting tens of thousands of views. We've seen creators like Ali Abdaal do If I Started a YouTube Channel, I'd Do This, which has over 4 million views to date. And Alex Hormozi took this format and did a variation of it with If I Wanted to Become a Millionaire, I'd Do This, and that got millions of views too. For executing this video, the structure's pretty flexible. Just do whatever makes sense for your niche, given the expectation that we're setting in the title. What we personally do is we usually break it up into 3 stages: what I do first, what I do next, and how I'd scale from there, so that it appeals to beginners all the way up to the top level people. A pro tip for this format as well is adding an additional visual stimulant. What I mean by this is, for example, a whiteboard camera angle where you draw things out and explain things as you go. This makes the video way more engaging, therefore increasing watch time. It also helps visualize difficult concepts, therefore increasing viewer satisfaction, all of which increases video performance, but also it helps make the video more authentic. Because you've got this visual dynamic, you're not having to hyper edit the video in order to engage viewers and also teach them things. So it just makes the video come across as a lot more authentic, which viewers appreciate. Now moving on to the second format, which is watch me achieve desired result in time frame. This is a challenge style video, and challenge videos are some of the most successful on YouTube because they're entertaining and educational at the same time. But this specific format of the challenge style video is especially powerful. You're going to go from complete zero to the dream outcome your viewer wants in front of their eyes within a specific time frame. They see absolutely everything, and because it's a challenge with stakes, they're invested in the storyline. They want to see if you succeed or fail. It also positions you as a serious authority because you're casually achieving the thing they've been struggling with. I originally saw this done by the channel Dea with Watch Me Make and Sell a Digital Product in 10 hours. It was a massive outlier for a channel. I took that format and adapted it to the business niche with Watch Me Start and Sell a Service in 10 hours for my client Instantly AI, and that got 460,000 views and actually beat the original. We then did Watch Me Book 10 sales calls in 10 hours for our client Glenn Coco, who is in the sales niche, and they got over 260,000 views with that video, their very first video, and now they are the most trending channel in the entire sales niche. And then we even took this to a completely different niche with Watch Me Build a $1 million landing page in 20 minutes, and that got over 100,000 views. And even other creators have picked this up too, like Nick Sorave, who did Watch Me Start and Sell an AI service in 10 hours, and that got nearly 300,000 views. So now how do you actually execute this video? Well, the thumbnail needs to feel amateur and authentic, not polished. That's super important. The rawness is what makes people trust the challenge is actually real. Now, you want to start the video by setting up stakes. We usually frame it as a bet with a friend, so like, if I lose, I have to buy him something expensive, and now the viewer is bought in from the very first minute. Then, you simply just document the process. Keep the recording simple, screen recording, maybe an iPhone for the camera, and you want this homemade feel, not Mr. Beast production quality. The editing should also match this, so it shouldn't feel like a professional editor edited the video. Achieving this desired result in front of the viewer's eyes, documenting everything, paired with that authenticity and trust, is what makes this format work. This is definitely not a video for everyone to do because only certain people will be able to achieve that desired result, but if you can do that video, I can promise you it's worth it because I've seen the results for my clients with with hundreds of thousands of views, but also for the sales that it's generated them in the back end, multi six figures from each video. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of dollars from just doing one of these videos. Like Glen Coco, for example, closed $45,000 deals from that very first video, and one of the companies they closed was an American Express partner, confidential so I can't leak the name, but it was a huge company, and that was from that first video within the first 30 days. Moving on to the third format, give me X minutes and I'll achieve desired result for you. This is one of the most adaptable formats that we're seeing on YouTube right now, and it works across almost any niche and topic. The numbers here speak for themselves. Give me 8 minutes and I'll improve your communication skills by 110%, got 6.5 million views. Give me 9 minutes and I'll improve your storytelling skills by 176%, got 2.3 million views. I personally did give me 30 minutes and I'll improve your ROAS by 176% in a much smaller niche, and that got 78,000 views. Plus we closed many high ticket clients from that video, clients that are paying us now $5,000 a month or more. There's also another variant of this format that works really well, which is this short version. For example, give me 58 seconds and I'll improve your Facebook ads. That's a video we did which got 61,000 views and the viewers loved it. When executing this format, you want your hook to match the title, so you should be mentioning give me minutes, but don't lock yourself into the exact time since you won't actually know the final length to say until after you've recorded the video. So say something like give me the next few minutes or give a range. Then deliver on the actual promise. That is literally the whole video. It's super simple. Now for the short version of this, execution is a little bit different. The thumbnail should be quite cinematic and have text like I got 58 sec. And of course the video needs to be fast, straight into it, high pace and densely actionable. Viewers should literally feel like they went through a time warp and came out with real value. Fourth format is the tier list. This works in any niche where there's a selection of things people are choosing between. So for example, exercises in fitness, or tools in software, or what gear and tech to use, or whatever the well-known options are in your niche. There are countless examples of successful videos using this format. It's probably one of the most proven formats on YouTube. We've even done this in really specific niches like project management tools and seen strong, consistent performance, hundreds of views daily from a single video. For execution, the thumbnail has to use the tier list visual. That format is a big part of what gets people to click. For the title, there's a few ways you can go about this, as long as you have tier list in the title. So for example, one that we've used is I ranked every topic brackets tier list. Works really well. Also, brutally ranking the X most popular topic on a tier list. That's another proven approach that works well. You can even A/B test different title variants for this to see what resonates most with your audience. Now, in the video itself, use the standard tier list layout that viewers recognize. You want to look at all the different tier list videos out there and understand what this standard format looks like and how people are using it and interacting with it in the video. You can screen record from the actual tier list website. You can draw it on a whiteboard as long as it looks like the standard tier list, or you can edit it in. Whatever approach fits your style. The main thing is that it actually fits the standard tier list look. And in the video, you're going to rank the things from S tier all the way to F tier, walking through your reasoning. Very simple format, but works very well when done right. Now, the fifth format is a bit of a different one, which is Alex Hormozi's advice on niche. This one's not going to be for everyone. This is going to be for educational niches where your audience knows who Hormozi is. Typically, this is going to be business owners or anyone in the business space. This video works because you're trend jacking his authority. People who follow Hormozi want to know what he thinks about certain topics, but they don't want to dig through hundreds of hours of his content to find it. And so you're doing that for them and synthesizing it and also adding your own expertise. We did this in the content creation niche and got over 300,000 views, and we rank at the top of the search term content creation. We did it in the landing pages niche and also got over 100,000 views. We did it in the cold email niche and got tens of thousands of views. We've done this in countless different niches and it's worked pretty much every single time. All of them have really performed well. For executing this video, first of all, the topic actually has to be something that Hormozi talks about. You can't just say Alex Hormozi's advice on baking cookies. It needs to actually make sense. For the thumbnail, through testing multiple different concepts and variations, we've seen which one works every single time, and that is specifically a social media post style layout with the quote, "Niche is effing easy." Censored, obviously. Like I said, we've tested many different concepts and variations, even different text on the social media post, and that specific concept with that quote consistently outperforms everything else. Now, the actual video is a reaction style video. You want to find all the clips of Hormozi discussing that particular topic, YouTube videos, podcasts, appearances, wherever. And then you want to compile those into the order that you feel makes sense, and then record yourself watching each clip, reacting naturally, and then adding your own expertise on top. So you'll react to the video, you'll pause the video, and then you'll add your own expertise. Now, here's what's really important. You can't just make a Hormozi compilation. That's completely pointless. Here's what gets the viewers interested to click, but to actually convert them to subscribers and returning viewers to grow your channel long term, you need to add real value. So by the end, they should feel like you're the actual expert on the topic, not just Hormozi. That's how this turns into actual channel growth. Views are cool, but if they don't actually turn into growth for the rest of your channel, it's pointless. Sixth on the list is copy this niche strategy. It'll get you remarkable result. This works across educational niches. The reason why this works is because the value proposition in the title is just really strong. Copy this thing, don't overthink it, and you'll get an extreme result. That's pretty hard to scroll past. And this format has been tested extensively, so we know it works. We brought it to the Facebook ads niche and got 70,000 views. And also more people copied that in the Facebook ads niche and got 50, 60,000 views. Someone did copy this LinkedIn strategy, it'll blow up your inbox with recruiters. And that got over 200,000 views. Somebody in the guitar niche even did copy this soloing method, it'll transform your playing, and that got hundreds of thousands of views. So this works in pretty much all niches, as long as you can adapt the remarkable result specific to your audience. So for example, the remarkable result we're seeing geared towards businesses is blow up your business. But then something like transform your playing has been working for musicians. And then blow up your inbox with recruiters has been looking for job seekers. So you really need to find what resonates most with your viewers. And you can even brainstorm with AI to help you do this using something like Claude or ChatGPT. For the thumbnail, what works is you in the frame with bold text on a dark background that creates curiosity. Test a couple different text options, but also one completely different concept that isn't this text dominant concept, and see which performs the best. The video structure is super simple. Open with social proof. This is the best strategy I've ever found, and this is the results that it's gotten. Then walk through the actual strategy step by step, and that is it. Number 7, I did huge amount of experience and learned this. This works again for any educational niche. This works because you're simply positioning yourself as someone with way more experience than the viewer, more than anybody else in the niche for that matter, and you're sharing the insights that you've gained that they couldn't get any other way. Like, it feels when they click on the video like they're about to get some hidden gems or golden nuggets from someone who's been in the trenches for years. Now, that being said, the experience that you mentioned in the title has to actually feel very remarkable to your niche. I first saw this in the YouTube niche with I made 300 YouTube videos and learned this. That got over 400,000 views and was by far the biggest video on his channel at the time. I took that format and adapted it to the cold email niche with I sent 10 million cold emails and learned this, and that got over 100,000 views. Then I did this in the cold calling niche with I made 500,000 cold calls and learned this, and again, over 100,000 views. If you want to give yourself the best chance of success with this video, when it comes to execution, it's a little bit different from the others. And the reason why is because you want to go for a really high number of points in this video. We're talking like 20 to 40 actionable insights, not 5 points. This makes it feel like they're getting massive value in a short period of time. You don't go deep on each point because they can watch other videos for that, and that's what most other videos are doing. So that's how this video stands out. All it takes is just a few insights to land, and they're going to be satisfied, and the YouTube algorithm is going to push your video. For the thumbnail, the social media post style with the "it's effing easy" text works really well for this. That's what we've used. But also with that, test other concepts too and see which does best for your specific video and niche. Because for example, this channel succeeded with a completely different thumbnail style, but that wouldn't have made sense for the niches that we did it in. So you just have to test. Now on to the 8th format. Niche is about to change forever, and nobody even realizes. Now, this format works when there's an actual shift happening in your space, so you can't just make something up here, because then the viewers won't be satisfied and they'll feel clickbaited. The psychology of why this works is strong, because if there's a shift happening and they don't know about it, they risk falling behind, which nobody wants to do. But if they learn about it now, they're going to be ahead of the competition. And so that gap is what drives a lot of curiosity and makes it very, very hard to not click. I saw this first done by Callaway with social media is about to change forever. forever and nobody realizes. And that got over 300,000 views. We took that and adapted it to the LinkedIn niche and got over 70,000 views. But it's also been done successfully in many other niches too. For execution, the thumbnail approach that's most validated is simply adapting Callaway's concept to your niche. But also test your own concepts too, because we have seen other concepts do better than that one. Like Hormozi even did this format with just a raw style thumbnail and it worked really well. The structure of this video is straightforward. Just cover the major shifts that you're seeing, maybe 5 of them, and for each one explain what's changing, why it matters, and what the viewer should do about it. Basically giving them the actionable steps to stay ahead. This video is primarily talking head, so where you're talking straight to the camera, but there's maybe some screen share elements that you'll need to do throughout, like if you're to show something on screen. It really depends on your niche, but most of it's going to be talking head. The 9th format is brutally honest advice about topic in X minutes. This works in situations where brutally honest advice actually makes sense for the topic. So, not baking cookies again. But for topics where people feel like they've been getting watered down, feel good advice and would appreciate someone being actually direct, this will hit well. The idea with this title is it implies that the other content out there isn't being straight with them, which viewers aren't going to like, and that yours will be different and you're going to cut through the noise, and you're going to give them things that nobody else is saying. And so from that, your video stands out massively compared to the others. Now let me give you some background on why this format works, because it's actually evolved over time. The original was by Simon Squibb's 30 years of business knowledge in 2 hours and 26 minutes, which got 15 million views and completely blew up. Then everyone started copying their X years of niche knowledge in Y minutes format, and then Alex Hormozi adapted it to X years of brutally honest advice, and that did really well. He did multiple videos with that angle. Eventually this format got saturated because people got sick of seeing it and it just stopped working. But recently it's came back in a new form of brutally honest advice about topic in X minutes. The first recent example where I saw this was working again was in the YouTube niche, which got over 90,000 views. I took it to a much smaller niche, which is Facebook ads, and it's currently sitting at over 20,000 views and getting 1,000 views every day. For execution, you want to test different thumbnail styles. There's not really any single proven approach yet. The text-heavy style has been working well, but make sure to experiment because there could be something that's better suited for your niche. And for the video itself, it has to actually deliver on the promise. It needs to feel like information they haven't heard before, or at least a perspective that feels fresh and direct. They should leave the video feeling like they actually learned something different. Now the 10th title format is full niche course, brackets X plus hours. This works in any educational niche where the existing content is surface level, which is most educational niches. Everyone's following the crowd, making 10-minute videos, trying to balance education and entertainment. The information of these ends up being shallow, and also nobody wants to make these long videos that are like 1 hour plus long because it's hard and takes a bunch of effort. So the idea here is if you can come in and create the definitive resource, the absolute best video on that topic that wipes the floor with everything else, it works incredibly well because you become the one-stop shop. Other videos might bring people into the market, but your video is where they ultimately end up when they actually want to learn. Jordan Bowen, for example, did full dropshipping course, 18 plus hours, and that got millions of views. And we did this in the YouTube script writing niche for a client, and it got over 200,000 views and completely changed his positioning. He's now known as the top expert in the YouTube script writing space, when before nobody knew who he was. That one video transformed his entire brand and business. For execution, the hook is everything in this video, because when someone clicks and sees the video is several hours long, you need to really sell them on committing. You need to show them why you're the best person to teach this and be crystal clear on everything they're going to learn. Stack the value so they're willing to invest even 5 minutes and then make those first 5 minutes count. Get straight into the actionable, valuable content, and then when they've watched 10, 15, 20 minutes, that's when you've actually got them committed and you've got them to watch the rest of the video. Now, obviously, the actual course needs to also be extremely good. This format doesn't work if the content's mediocre. There's no specific title format for this one. The one that we've seen work really well is where you have an image of the person and then you have full niche course, 100% free, and then images of dashboards of the course, where it might be, for example, for the YouTube script writing one, a YouTube dashboard of views and subscribers. And for Jordan's dropshipping one, he used the Shopify dashboard with millions of dollars. And now I'm actually going to give you a bonus format, and this is one that's been working really well as of recently, which is the 7 levels of topic. This works wherever there are actual levels to the thing you're discussing. Level 1 being the baseline, and level 7 being mastery. It's been done successfully in many different entertainment niches like music music and anime, but also adapted to educational niches like finance. And all of these are doing really well right now, providing they've been executed correctly. Now, the thumbnail is the main driver of success here, so you need to follow this. It's a specific visual which has 7 rectangles in a rainbow gradient, from red to a different color, and each of them are labeled 1 through 7 to represent the 7 levels. Also, in each rectangle, there is some sort of person or visual to visualize what each level is. So for example, for the 7 levels of rappers, you've got a rapper that's maybe somebody who's well known at level 1 but not super well known, all the way to the GOAT. The video structure here is super simple. Just walk through each level from 1 to 7. What does level 1 look like? What does level 7 look like? And for educational videos on this, you can add a strong hook, like I'll show you each level so you can see where you're currently at and tell you exactly how to go from level 1 all the way to level 7. So those are 10 winning video formats plus a bonus one that you can use to blow up your channel this year. Every single one of these is proven, as I've shown. I've either used them across my own channels that I run, or I've watched them succeed repeatedly in multiple niches done by many other channels. However, I do want to be real with you. These formats work, and they work really well, but only if you execute them correctly. And even then, 10 ideas is only going to take you so far. So at some point, you're going to use these up and you're going to need to figure out what to make next. And the thing is, what actually builds a channel long term is understanding the fundamentals. How to research what's working on YouTube. How to come up with winning ideas yourself. How to structure and execute videos so they actually perform well. So with that said, click on this video right here where I break down exactly that. From idea all the way through to execution. And once you understand this, you'll be able to figure out what's going to work in your niche yourself. I'll see you there in that video.